did this year. He's back full time. And we'll see what he can do, trying to get back into victory lane in that number 74. Adam Giacomozzi on the outside of the front row. As they roll off the corner, green flag unfurls, and our Helger South Coast Sportsman division is underway.
Down into turn 2 and down the backstretch. Benoit going to check out with the lead. Giacomozzi right there. They go into 3 and 4, and it's a hornet's nest behind them.
Off the corner they come, 4 wide, deep in the field, 3 wide for 5th. With Scott Serydynski Jr. working the inside of the 12 of Benoit, and look at him dive down to the inside of the Beaver, down into 3.
Here comes Gerard on the high line, looking for 3rd, looking for 2nd, to the outside of Giacomozzi, looking and looking. Gerard looking for 3rd. Benoit out front, down in 1 and 2.
Off the corner they come, and Benoit's got a little bit of a breakaway in front of the 0-2 of Adam Giacomozzi, the 0-3 of Josh Gerard, the 27 of Nick Wood. But he's got the 22 breathing down his neck, Scott Serydynski Jr., and behind Jr. is the 1 of Jacob Burns as they're 3 wide for 3rd, down into 3.
Gerard, Wood, and Serydynski battle 3 wide across the stripe here for the 3rd spot. Give it to Gerard down into 1 and 2.
Gerard up on the outside trying to work himself up towards the top as they roll down the back straightaway. Serydynski sits 4th, looking for 3rd, gets a good run through 3 and 4. The 0-2 sits in front of him of Giacomozzi. A little bit of a slide up the racetrack, opened up the inside lane, but Serydynski could not take advantage.
Giacomozzi slams the door shut. He holds the 2nd position down into 3. Serydynski right there. Josh Gerard right there. They battle off 4 and across the stripe.
Down into 1 and 2. Serydynski down underneath Giacomozzi. Battle for 2nd as they come off the corner. Serydynski gets the run down into turn 3. Here comes the 12 of Benoit, the 54 of Lambert, all behind him. The 27 of Wood, the 1 of Burns, all in tow on the inside.
They battle down the back stretch. Benoit with the 3rd spot. Lambert right there. Giacomozzi and Gerard all in tow across the stripe. The lead is shrunk now. Benoit holding off Serydynski in 1 and 2.
Down into 1 and 2 they come. And look at Serydynski dive to the inside, a block from Bruno. They all jam up. Here comes Lambert down on the inside. They come off of 4. Serydynski looks down to the inside.
Scotty looking for the lead as Bruno battles in turn 2 down the backstretch. New leader off 2. It's Scott Serydynski, and here comes Lambert for 2nd.
Down into 3 and 4 they come, and Lambert moves up into the number 2 spot, chasing down Serydynski with the 12 of Benoit following through. Bruno back to 4th as they come off of turn number 2.
Down the backstretch, single file positions 1 through 4. It's going to be 3 wide for a brief moment there for 5th, but they battle across the stripe. Gerard holds on to the 5th position.
Nose to tail, the top 2 down the back straightaway as they head down into turn number 3. 12 laps up on the board this time, just shy of the halfway. They come across the stripe. Benoit sits 3rd. They hit the stripe. Battle for 4th. Josh Gerard takes a look to the outside with Lambert down low off of 2.
Serydynski leads Lambert. It'll be halfway home here at the stripe. Scott Serydynski in that number 22 is your leader down into 1 and 2.
3 wide for 5th as Lambert down underneath Bruno. The 0-3 of Gerard gets away up on the outside to 4th. Here comes Pettey into that fight. Down into 3 and 4 they go. Pettey settles behind Lambert into the corner.
Nick Wood had himself all crossed up off 2. He gets it corrected down the back stretch. Scott Serydynski leads as it'll be 10 laps to go here at the stripe.
Down into 3 and 4 the field rolls. Right now the battle is for 7th. The 1 of Jacob Burns working underneath the 38 of Morrow. As they roll down into the corners they come. Josh Gerard closes in on the 12 of Benoit. Taking a look there.
Here they come. Your leaders have checked down over 3rd place. Doug Benoit. Josh Gerard battling there looking for 3rd as they come down the back stretch. 16 down, 9 to go.
16 down, and the top 2 have broken away in a big way from the rest of the pack. Scott Serydynski Jr., who has been on the podium each race, looking for his 2nd win of the season. They roll down the back straightaway. Here comes Josh Gerard underneath the 12, looking for that number 3 spot, trying to get up on the podium with Jeremy Lambert right behind him.
Down into 1 and 2, your leaders, Scott Serydynski, Colby Lambert, both winners here in 2025. one of them looking for their second win of the year as they continue to check out. It'll be 6 laps to go here at the stripe.
Battle for third now. Here comes Lambert down underneath Gerard. Pettey underneath Benoit as they roll down into turns 1 and 2. It is all Serydynski at the top, but the battles from third on back are still hot and heavy. Gerard gets an advantage over Lambert. Lambert battling back on the inside.
Across the stripe, Lambert battling with Gerard down into 1 and 2. For third, they continue their battle. Out front, Scott Serydynski leads Colby Lambert in 3 and 4. 4 laps to go as they cross the stripe.
4 more circuits to go, and Scott is in control. Jeremy Lambert down underneath of Josh Gerard. Gerard still holding on to that third spot each and every time. Colby Lambert second. They roll down into 3. Gerard gets a good run into 3. Lambert back on the inside off of 4.
Gerard and Lambert continue their battle. Out front, though, it'll be 2 more circuits around when they come to the stripe. Scott Serydynski looking to punch his ticket and get his second win of the year 2 more times around.
Down it to 1 and 2. The second generation racer leads it off the corner. Lap traffic in front of him, that's not going to be an issue as the battle for third continues side by side.
1 more time around. White flag in the air for Scott Serydynski Jr. He works himself down the back stretch, off of 2 for the final time.
Pulling away down into turn 3, all alone at the top of the leaderboard. Checkered flag is in the air. Second win of the season for Scott Serydynski Jr. Second place going to Colby Lambert. Battle for third down to the stripe. That's going to go to Josh Gerard.
How about that? Coming home fourth as there's a spinner over in turn 4. Fourth will be Jeremy Lambert. Adam Pettey brings it home 5th. Doug Benoit 6th. Jacob Burns 7th. Nick Wood 8th. Adam Giacomozzi 9th. Austin Flanagan 10th. John Burcham 11th. Scott Benoit 12th. Jim Sylvia 13th. Nate Rio 14th. Mike Mitchell 15th. Justin Lima brings it home 16th. Kanan Schultz 17th. Cody Morrow 18th. And rounding out the field was the 19 of
for Scott Serydynski Jr. We've said it before, the car is good, you're on your game. It's almost like there's no beating you so far.
No, car's been great. We're finally running on all 8 cylinders. Motor's been amazing, and I'm sorry, Nat, I did a burnout. I know that you're not going to be happy, but yeah, motor's running great finally. We're finally running on all cylinders, and the car's just amazing.
Working your way through the traffic, I know you had a little trouble getting by Scotty, trying to do everything he could to hold you back, but once you got out front, you were gone.
Yeah, typical of him. I watched him, race my dad like that, so I know exactly how he is, and he's going to run you into the grass. So you got to pass him as soon as you can, as quick as you can, and get around him, and that's exactly what I did.
Well, I know you got some people you want to thank.
Yeah, I got to thank my dad. I was away in Chicago last week, and he swapped the motor out, or put in all that work, all that effort. So this one's just for him. This is coming back and from that 2 weeks, and we've been having extreme troubles with this car. So the fact that we've been able to have a couple top 3 finishes, a win, and now we got a good motor in. So now it's going to be all up from here.
All right, you got some great partners behind you too.
Yeah, I got to thank my mom, my sister, everyone who came out to watch. Dryer Roderick, Eastside, RTG, Elmwood Auto, Uncle Joe, Chrissy, Scooter, Muzzy, Sorgy, everyone who helps out in the pits, Cav, Danny Moore, Nat, just everyone who helps out. That's why we get to keep running week after week. And Soggy.
Congratulations. Back in victory lane for the second time this year, Scott Serydynski Jr. to Colby Lambert, and as many times as he's been on the podium, you've been just about right there too. Not bad in number 2 spot tonight.
Yeah, I mean, consistency gets us in the playoffs, so I'll take a second place. Scotty was the faster man tonight. He got to the front first, and he was the faster guy. We always run each other hard and clean. I was kind of hoping for a yellow to get a restart side by side with him, maybe have a shot at him, but the last 10 laps or so, there was no more tire left. So good for him, good run.
I know you got some people you want to thank. You're just down here celebrating with your family.
Yeah, I got to thank my mom, my dad, my daughter, my fiance, Jeremy, Cody, Jared, Pete. They come out and help every week. I got Brisbane Diesel, Helger South Coast Power Equipment, Dutch Auto Body, Flagman Graphics, everybody that comes and helps out.
Great run. Second place for Colby Lambert. Third. And Josh, a good run. Slick racetrack, and you and Jeremy were putting on a good show out there.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I'd like to thank all my sponsors, TC Pierce, Shane Parlos Concrete Works, McRae Vinyl Siding, the guy that built the car, George Baldwin, Shane Gendron, Rob McRae, all those guys have helped me out the last 2. I've been doing this 2 years. It's my 3rd year, and I came back. I live right up the road, so I said, let's give Seekonk a try. I got some bugs to work out of the car, getting it 100% for this track. We pulled up with second place last night, and the night before that, I was down 2 laps. So you never know. It could be a night, it could not be a night, and I'm glad we all ran each other clean, and now we get to go home and not have to fix our cars, but make them faster for next week. Huge shout out to all the track workers, and this track, awesome. You guys do a great job here, and I'll be coming back for more, you betcha. Appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate that, too. Great run for third. How about a round of applause for our podium, ladies and gentlemen? Third place to Josh Gerard. Second to, and our winner one more time is Scott Serydynski Jr.